Hello, everyone, and welcome to your favorite talk show. Well, I hope it is. We go way back. We've had 8 years together and 8 seasons, so I hope you like our shows, and that's why you're sticking around and watching us all the time. How has everyone been? I hope you have been keeping safe and off to a great start for 2022. Things are looking like we are moving in the right direction. So there, yay. It looks like we stayed the course. We got vaccinated. We protected as many. We stayed safe. Sadly, there was a lot of losses, but we are resilient species, and here's hoping for a really good time ahead and a nice spring and summer to all. If you have not heard of Drag Race, then you may have been living under a rock for the last number of years. Drag is all the rage right now. So, I guess you guessed what this episode is about. I have on the show a special treat for you today. A contestant of Drag Race Canada's second season. Please help me welcome to the show, Beth. Hello and welcome to the show, Beth.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Where are you physically right now?
I am currently in Vancouver, in my little
Hi,
tiny
Vancouver.
yeah, I'm
Nice.
here in my little tiny overpriced apartment that I love so very much.
Vancouver is getting pricey to live in, isn't
Oh,
it?
I was looking to, actually find a larger apartment because ever since the show, my drag has just like grown
Taking
so
over your
much.
apartment.
Yeah, it's taking over, but like finding a place that's like reasonably priced is like almost impossible in this
That's
city.
what I
So
love about my drag queens friends. You go to their place and it's like a big. The whole apartment is like a big
yeah,
closet.
very that. Roland has no space in here. It's all Beth's space.
uh, let's uh let's start with your drag name. I love it. It's so sweet and tiny and little and simple and Beth. Everybody that I've ever known has like those big, huge names. With
Yeah.
so where did it come from?
My original drag name was Beth Amphetamine,
Oh my god.
but we are in an opioid crisis, so
Yeah.
I'm all about pushing boundaries with drag, but I never want to offend anyone. So I was lying in bed
Very
one.
good choice to change it. Actually, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was lying in bed one day, and I was just like, I love the name Beth, but like, what could I do to like make it a little bit more memorable? And I was like, well, who's gonna forget Beth? Just Beth.
I
It's
like
like
that's.
this.
I think that's what I find about it. It's actually it'll make it memorable than the longer names. It's very unique. So good choice. Good
Thank
choice.
you.
Uh-huh. And it's okay to change names. I mean I don't want to speak of her, but she's been on the show and she's a friend. But Sofanda Cox, I don't know if you know Sofanda.
I've
This
heard of her. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the same thing. She now is going with Safanda, just
yeah,
with instead of the Safanda Cox.
yeah.
So yeah, and also I guess when you have a bigger platform, we gotta be careful of our messaging kind of thing.
Oh, 100%. And that was always something I struggled with because I had this like tug and pull because a lot of people really loved my name and really thought it was like really funny, but
Funny.
I never wanted to like glorify the use of meth. There's a lot of people
Yeah,
going through a
fair
lot of
enough. Fair
personal
enough.
issues, right? So you never know. You
Another
never
friend
want
I always and I lovely drag queen. I love her here in Toronto, and I had her on the show many times. Robin the Cradle, but I always cringe when I hear the name Robin the Cradle.
I mean,
All right. So drag history. Uh, Tell me, how did you get your start? What got you into drag? Why drag?
yeah, I actually so I came out in grade 10, so when I was 16 years old,
Okay.
and my theater teacher actually approached me and asked if I'd be comfortable doing a female role. And
Okay.
I was like, I mean, I'll give it a try.
Nice.
And she ended up loving what I did with the roles so much that she only casted me as female roles for the rest of the year. And then I ended up
You
hosting,
found your niche.
yeah, I ended up hosting the year-end showcase in full drag. And that was like my first time like really coming. That was when my drag name was Junior Mint though.
Okay. Junior Mint. I like
Junior
it.
Mint, but my tagline was "You can call me after 8."
That's funny. um, but Yeah. Anyway, you continued with it. What do you find? What do you find intriguing in drag? What gravitates you to it?
Yeah.
I heard all sorts of answers in my interviews with drag artists over the year. Some people it's a personal thing. Some people it's a way to say something, but you've got the persona to kind of be behind it. So
Mhm.
what's yours?
Well, there's been so many things that have like really I found in drag that really draw me to it.
Yeah.
One, being able to express this feminine side of me that I always felt like I had to hide and I had to like keep like to myself,
Okay.
and I never really fully understood. So once I discovered drag, I was able to like let this female who's always been inside me out of me a little bit and come to life, and that was honestly so exciting.
I love it.
And the other thing is like I just love the stupidity of drag. Like
You can have
people
fun with it, right? Yeah.
literally we
Yeah.
literally are on the stage looking insane, moving our lips to someone else, moving our lips to someone
Looking
else singing.
insane.
Like,
Nice. And what makes Beth different? Everybody is unique, in my opinion. What makes you unique?
I especially watching the show back, Drag Race, I didn't realize how much of like a heart I have. Is that if that's I've never thought of myself
Well,
as like this really genuine person, but I think I'm just a really genuinely nice person. And you
so
don't
so
always
far you
find that
have
in the
been
drag
in the
scene.
10 minutes I've known you.
You don't find that a lot in the drag scene. We can be a little catty, a little, we can read each other and stuff like that. But I'm just a genuinely like nice person who likes to have fun. And I think I really, I've always said my talent when it comes to performing is really connecting with my audience. I love to really engage with my audience and make them feel like they're part of the show, and I feel like that's something I'm really amazing at. So
I love it. I mean, you know what? It's as an act on stage, it's fun to be catty sometimes in our community, but I think ultimately we have to be genuine and nice to one another. So
100%.
good on you. Good on you.
Thank
I
you.
like that. Let's take a break, everyone, and we will be back with the lovely band.
I love my lips. My beautiful lips. I love my eyes. My beautiful eyes. I respect nature. I love all living things. Beauty is kind. I am beautiful. Love the earth. Love your life. Live life healthy.
All right, on Canada Drag Race, you said, "I'm just trying to live my best life." Okay, what is your best life that you want to live?
Doing whatever the hell I want to do, just like really enjoying life to the fullest, and really letting go of all the things that I don't enjoy and
Okay,
don't that are negative things in my life, and just embracing all the positivity in my life and doing everything I love.
beautiful.
That's really important to me. That was like my big New Year's resolution for me, is to do more things that I love.
I wish you all that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's talk about Drag Race then.
Hmm.
Tell us everything. Tell
Okay.
us about the process, the auditions. When you got the news, how was the feeling? Being on the show, the fellow contestants, the judges and productions team. Who is the worst out of them? No, I'm kidding. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What got you to audition first? Let's start with the audition.
Yeah, for sure. So I was in drag doing a photo shoot for my birthday, and I wasn't actually going to send in a tape this year. I was like, I don't know. I didn't even get a call back last year. Like, I don't know. But I was in drag. I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll send in a little tape, whatever.
Okay.
Couple days later, I got a call, and I was like, who's calling me from Toronto right now?
Uh,
And I answer it, and I'm like half asleep, like fully half asleep. And I was just like, hello?
let's
And
get
then
at
like,
the drag race. Ah!
yeah, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know how to like act, like behave. Because I told myself every day that year that I'm going to be on TV sometime this year. And there was another show I was working to get towards,
Okay.
but I ended up getting told no for that. So I was really defeated. So when this happened, I was just like, oh my God, am I actually going to do this? And like Drag Race is such an amazing platform for drag artists to really springboard your drag career, right? So, and that's all I've wanted to do is really to do more with drag. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing this. So, you know, throughout the process, I just kept getting another call. And I'm like, am I actually going to make it this year? And there was a part of me that was like, I fully thought I was being pranked. Like I thought there was some I thought there were some girls in the local.
One day you're gonna wake up and find that this was a dream. Yes.
Literally. So yeah. So then I got the call that I was going to be on, and I was just like, okay, I'm doing this. And, you know, I had a very small team helping me prep for the show, and I spent, you know, my life savings, and I was like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to slay. And, you know, we all hear the rumors about who's going to be there. You know, there's never any for sure who's going to be there, but, you know, there's always some talk. And I expected there to be one of the Brat Pack girls, but three of them, I was not expecting all three of them. So yeah, so that was definitely it was awesome to have like familiar faces in the workroom, but it was definitely
overwhelming.
Yeah, like I was ready to come into the workroom and like, you know, not let any of my past or anyone's preconceived conception of who I am as a drag artist, you know, come into the competition. I just wanted to rebrand and go there and do me, and you know, seeing some familiar faces definitely like got me in my head a little bit. But
okay. And then you started filming, and you felt good, you felt confident, you felt good to go.
You know, in the moment, I definitely felt confident. I think I was just so overwhelmed. Like, you know, everyone always says it's so different than you see on TV. It's so.
No, actually, you know what? Having been on productions and doing these things, people see the final product and it looks beautiful, but you don't understand the pressure behind it.
Oh,
it is overwhelming. No matter. I mean, 8 years down still, and we do some variety shows, and I can't say that I'm still not overwhelmed and everything. So yes, it does. Definitely. It does. So good on all of you who actually take that step and have the courage to actually want to be on a big platform.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, like it was insanely long days too, right? So it's like. It's long days, but everything also is moving so fast. So like it's well.
There's a lot of people working. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And think about this. We went into the workroom after not doing drag, some of us almost a year. So not wearing heels and then having to stand there in heels all day. That was a lot. I used to be able to go 8 hours, no problem in heels. And now it's like, oh, I don't know about that.
It is a whole day shoot, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of long days. Yeah.
It's a lot of long days, but you know.
And then we watch like an hour, and we think that's all been shot in an hour.
No, you know, some episodes are 2 days. Like, you know, it's different depending on the episode and what we're shooting. But you know, the whole experience also, like, it's long, but it's so exciting. Like, you know, just excited to be there.
Cool.
You know, I wish I showed it on my face a little bit more, but I was so excited to be there.
Thank you. This has been a really great insight on what happens behind the scenes. Why do you believe we put drag on such a pedestal in our community? Why is drag iconic in our community? And there's some very good reasons for it, but yeah, why in your opinion?
Well, you know, the first thing I think of is, you know, that drag queen at Stonewall throwing the first brick, you know, like, you know, I feel like drag queens have always really fought for our community and really, you know, led the march down the street, like to, you know, help get us equal rights and help, you know,
I'm so glad you recognize that. I mean, I'm a little older than I look. But
no.
I've been here for a while, and I can tell you, like, back in the demonstrations times and when we were marching for our rights, it was always the drag queens and the leather people who led the marches, who actually, you know, fought for our rights, and always the drag queens were at the forefront, and that's to me why they have a very special place in our community.
Oh, 100%. And you know, I feel like people I'm quite young. I'm only 25, and I feel like a lot of people assume that, you know, because I'm young, you know, I only know about Drag Race as drag, you know, like, but I encourage anyone my age, younger, older, to do your research of where drag comes from. And, you know, because it's not just Drag Race, there's so much more to drag than what you see on TV. Like, you know, there's
Thank you.
so much more to it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. When you hear stories from the elder drag queens in of our community, I interviewed some, and you hear about drag when drag was a political statement. You left your home dressed in drag, and you risked that you're going to be belted with rocks and with rotten. There's a you know who Michelle DeBerry is?
Yes.
The iconic Michelle DeBerry. She tells the stories of leaving her home, being thrown with rotten tomatoes on her, and having to go home, change her outfit, and go back out again to the bar.
Yeah.
That's what those drag queens never gave, you know, a crap about things, and just kept fighting for the community, and that's why we respect it.
100%. Like, you know, it was like it's so amazing to be able to see all these young, you know, queer people being able to go out and express themselves so freely.
Yeah.
But I really think a lot of people have to remember why we can do that.
Before.
Yeah, it happened before, and, you know, acknowledge the people who came before us. You know, yes, drag has evolved, but in the way it's still the same. You know,
it's still a political statement saying to the world, yeah, we're here and we can be erased, kind of thing.
100%.
Beautiful. Speaking of community, how do you think we are doing in the queer community these days? Can we do better? What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong?
You know, we've come a long way, but we can always do better. I always say that, you know, like, there's no, like, if you think that you can't do better, then you're not.
Then
like,
you're
could
dead.
always do better.
You're dead as a community if you don't think you can do better. Yeah.
100%. You know, we should always strive for better. We should always strive for greatness. You know, we've come a long, especially like over COVID. I've seen, now that clubs are starting to open up again, you know, I've seen like really big turnouts to the shows, and a lot more people realizing what we almost lost and how special our spaces are, and safe spaces are, you know, for queer people. So it's been really magical to be able to see people, you know, coming together and really celebrating our spaces, and being able to it's
so you're opening up again a little bit in Vancouver now.
Yes. Well, it's kind of one of those things where it's like we open them, we close them, we open them, we close.
Yeah, I'm in Ontario. We've done that all for 2 years. So
yes, exactly.
But it looks like things are getting better. So we're on our way. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of prides in person this summer.
I hope so too. I really hope so too. You know, we had Pride last year, but it wasn't like how it used to be, you know. So I just want to.
Pride in person last year?
Yeah, just
Ontario. No, here
we didn't have the parade though. You know, we had smaller events, reduced capacity. Okay. You know.
Yeah, no. This year will be exciting for Ontario because it'll be our first time back together.
That'll be my first Toronto Pride. I hope I get to go.
I hope you come. If you were queen for the day, if you were queen of the world for a day, what would you change?
I'm pretty sure I am queen of the world, but okay. What would I change?
What would be one thing that you think would make a difference in changing in the world?
Just, you know, I would get rid of all gender. Like I would make it so that no one could identify with a gender or a sexuality. People were just human beings, and you loved who you loved. That's always said. Like I always said, that would make the world such an amazing
I think that would be a great start. It will erase a lot of issues that we have. Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So about you, tell us about your future plans, any new projects, in general, where you see you're taking your drag career. Is it a career? You're looking at it now, or a hobby?
You know, it was a hobby going into the show, but I'm definitely ready to make this a career.
Good.
I'm in for it.
This day, yes.
Well, Drag Race really reminded me how much I love drag.
Beautiful.
And it also reminded me that I'm kind of good at it. Like, you know, I you know, they say I didn't really have a lot of confidence on the show, but I'm kind of an overly confident human being now.
No, I really liked you on the show. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I thought you did good represent. I mean, it is a competition show. Somebody's gonna be taken out. Somebody's gonna be so it's part of the nature of the show. But you did well.
Oh, thank you so much.
I hope you flourish and you continue growing.
I'm so excited I know I will. So.
All right, we're gonna take a little break and we will be right back again. So don't go anywhere.
Mother, I'm your kid, I'm your star. Oh mother, in my heart when we're far. Mama, your warm blanket holds me snug. Mama, yeah mama, love your smile and your hug. أمي بحب أضحك معك.
Tell me about your upbringing, Beth. You identify as Two-Spirit?
Two-Spirit, yeah. So Two-Spirit is an indigenous term for someone who acknowledges both their masculine and their feminine energy. I kind of like to not really look at it really as my gender identity, but more of who I am as a person.
Okay.
You know, someone, an elder once looked at me and she said, you know, Roland, when I look at you, I don't see a boy or a girl. I just see a fully balanced human being.
Aww.
And I was so young in that time. I had no idea what she was talking about, but I knew that that resonated with me somehow.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how much that would change my life. That experience would change my life because, you know, being able to embrace my being Two-Spirit really allowed me to become fully myself. And that was really a really exciting.
Okay. You were born in Vancouver?
No, I was born in Winnipeg, but like when I was insanely young, I moved to Nelson, BC. Do you know where Nelson is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that little hippie town in the middle of the Kootenays. Yeah.
I heard of it. I haven't been
Yeah.
there. Yes.
So I grew up there and I moved here about 5 years ago.
Okay. Your family?
I have a twin brother.
Okay.
And 2 older
A
brothers.
twin brother. How cool.
A twin brother, but he is a taller, skinnier, blonde, straight rugby player who looks nothing
You're
like.
serious? How cool.
Yeah.
Are you friends?
Growing up, we were so different, and we really didn't get along, and we didn't really hang out with the same people. Never really talked.
Really?
But
I've never heard of twins that don't get along. Really? Okay.
I know it was wild, but then
Okay.
like fast forward to a few years ago, we really just realized how different we are, but how special that makes us, and he's kind of become one of my best friends.
Oh, I love that. Cool. All right. What kind of child were you?
Oh, I was a weirdo. I was that little boy running around with Barbies and wearing my mom's heels and clothes and you know, just dressing up, playing with makeup, looking crazy, cutting my own hair, you know.
And in school, you ended up doing the getting stuck with the female roles.
Yes, exactly. Well, shocker. You know, I was always mistaken for a girl as a little boy, and I used to be really embarrassed by that. But like now, I just look back at it and be like, yeah, I was just a little drag.
Is this wonderful that something that we experienced as young, and now you embrace it, and it's part of who you are, and it gives you a great life now to.
100%. You know, I call myself a drag queen now, but back then I was a drag princess.
Cute. Well, we're coming to the kind of closer to the end of the show. We're gonna do some quick questions. We play some quick questions. So let's stroll through those. Your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink. Nice. Your favorite season of the year?
Season of the year would be fall.
Fall. Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite flower?
My favorite flower, I'm stuck between roses or orchids.
Okay.
I think orchids.
I love orchids, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your horoscope?
My horoscope, I'm a Capricorn. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah.
And you know, every time I tell someone I'm a Capricorn, they go, oh. And I'm like, what does that mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I don't even know the traits of the Capricorn. Is something that we don't know?
I don't know. I don't look into anything about zodiac.
Let's look up Google. Where's Google? No. Why is Capricorn so bad? No.
Literally. I just want to know.
No, I actually know Capricorns. I don't think they're about horoscope. Do you believe in horoscope? Like, does it matter to
You
you?
know, there's aspects of it, but I also feel like when you're reading a horoscope, you're taking what you want out of it, and you know, finding things that you know you can resonate with, which if that helps you
That's
in
the
your life.
funny thing. I have an alarm thing on my phone, and it gives you the horoscope in the morning. It's funny how we relate to the horoscopes. If we like it, it's like, oh my god, horoscopes are real. If we don't like it, it's like, oh, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't.
literally, it's like you're looking at it and you're just like, but sometimes it's like odd things. It's like you're a human being who breathes air. It's like, oh, that's so me.
But yes, that's the general thing. That's what makes it sometimes believable.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh?
Stupid things. Like, you know, I just laugh at the most stupid thing. Like,
Okay.
you know, like a fart joke. I love a fart joke. A dad joke. I love a dad joke. You know, just give me your dad humor. But I also really like smart humor too. But you know, my favorite humor is just like dad jokes and stupid things.
Are you one of those people that sit and watch all the little videos and reels and stuff like that?
The TikToks, you know, I was so not on board with TikTok for a while because I come from
Yeah,
the
I'm still
Vine.
not.
I come from the Vine generation. So Vine was like the original TikTok, which was like 6-second videos.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get into TikTok. I couldn't do it, but it's starting to grow on me. It's growing on me a little bit,
You're
you know.
feeling it. Yeah. Unfortunately, and especially, I don't know for me, but I think drag and stuff like that it's kind of becoming a platform
Yeah.
for drag artists and for content creators. So cool. Um, your favorite time of the day?
Any chance I get to sleep, and that like I can sleep. I can sleep at any time of the day as well.
You
I'm
serious?
very
You're one of those people?
I'm a very talented sleeper. I drink coffee from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, but I will go to sleep. I am a sleeper.
Yeah, well, my last guests on the last episode were a boy band from New York, and one of them, we were talking about that. One of them can fall asleep anywhere, like on a.
Yeah.
Unless everything is dark, there's no noise. I'm in my bed. I cannot sleep.
Oh, that's so true though. Like I'll be staring at the ceiling, like I'm exhausted. I'll just be staring at the ceiling. I'm like, I have to be up in 3 hours. Last night, I'm like, I have to get up really early to start doing my makeup. And you know, just staring at my phone. It's because we stare at our phones too much.
Maybe that's actually, you know what, that might be it. Yeah, I think physically also staring at a screen,
Yeah.
it's not natural. Probably.
No.
Your favorite evening drink after a long day? What would you pour?
Glass of Pinot Grigio. I love a Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
Or a Strongbow. I like a cider too. That's when I'm feeling a little butch though.
A song you listen to frequently these days, and not because I hear your favorite song to lip sync to is "Show Me Love," which is a fantastic choice, by the way.
Which Show Me Love are you thinking though?
Robin.
Okay, so they made a mistake. I love Show Me Love by Robin, but I love to perform Show Me Love by Robin S.
Oh, okay.
Not the Show Me Love, but the You've Got to Show Me
Love.
You know,
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's the one I love.
That's the one that you like? Okay, that's actually what I thought you. That's the one
Okay.
that I like. That's the one that I like. All right. So no, another song. So sorry. A song you listen to frequently these days other than that song.
Anything by Lizzo, you know, Lizzo is very vocal about, you know, she writes music for everyone, and I feel like everyone can relate to her music.
You
in some
relate to
way.
the music. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Reading any book? Do you read?
You know, I'm trying to get back into reading. I like reading autobiographies, like people who write about
You
themselves.
do. That's actually
Yeah,
cool.
it's kind of inspired me. I kind of want to start writing my own book eventually one day, I think.
Okay. Contact me. I have a publishing company that helps
Oh,
queer authors publish their books.
good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually have some really great memoirs by a couple of queer authors recently. What quirks do you have?
Yeah, quirks. I talk a lot, like especially when I drink.
That's your
I
quirk.
talk a lot, you know, and I have a bit of a big mouth. You know how hard it was to go on Drag Race and not tell anyone? That was the hardest thing because I love, you know, anything that's cool that's happening in my life because they call you and they're like, "Hey, you're on the show, but don't tell anyone." I couldn't even tell my own mother.
Oh
I
my
couldn't
god,
tell my own
that's
mother.
so me.
And I was just like,
Uh,
I'm such a talker. I just love to like, I'm just like a blah, blah, blah,
It's
blah, blah, blah.
I honestly I think it's because we get excited about something and we want to share it with the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
see, that's why they actually have a mum clause on my editor-in-chief of the magazines might come to me and says, we just secured this celebrity for the cover. It's like, but don't tell anyone. And 2 seconds later, they're all watching if I'm going to jump on Facebook to tell everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't keep my mouth shut. No.
Yeah.
What pet peeves do you have?
People who chew with their mouth open.
Okay.
People who talk more than me.
That's funny.
Definitely chewing with your mouth open, and not acknowledging your surrounding, like people who just kind of don't acknowledge other people in the room. Like, I don't know, I'm just like, I like every time I'm in a room with people, I like to make sure I know who everyone is in the room.
That's really beautiful. Good for you.
Yeah.
I like that. What job would you be terrible at?
Drag.
This interview is done.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, we brought you a drag queen who does not like drag.
What job would I be? Like anything like. No, I could probably be good at landscaping. Like, I don't know. I would be bad at doing garbage because I get really grossed out by like garbage. So I probably would just.
I can't even touch our own garbage at home.
Literally, like if I got up to that garbage can that smelled too bad, I would just leave it and let the next person. Yeah.
So kudos to those who do that job because it takes a
honestly.
lot of. Yeah, it takes a lot. Most favorite film of all time?
That's okay. So I have two.
Okay.
My favorite film, like horror film, because I'm a huge horror fan.
Oh, you?
Yeah, I'm a huge horror fan.
You do.
The Scream series. I love the Scream series.
I haven't seen the new one, so no spoilers.
I won't tell you, but it's good. It's good.
It's good. I know. I'm waiting.
It did not disappoint.
Oh, really?
And then my number one film of all time, ever since I was a little kid, is The Wizard of Oz. I used to wake up every morning and watch it and before I went to bed every night. I'd watch it for like a good 10 years. Like,
oh, good God.
Twice a day. I was obsessed with I was Dorothy for Halloween when I was 5 years old. I had all my stuffed animal dogs were named Toto. Like, I was obsessed. I had Ruby Slippers tattooed on my arm and everything too. Love The Wizard of Oz.
It's a great movie, but I don't know if I would see it every single day.
Well, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. But hey, you had the time when you were younger, I guess. Yeah. What dish do you cook that no one should miss?
Oh, my casserole. I call it, this is probably bad to say, but I call it bad day to bottom because it's just like all cheese, dairy, filled with like all these things. It's my casserole. I love making a casserole.
Now, what's the worst thing you cook?
Probably my casserole.
You're funny. Are you usually early or late?
For gigs or for life in general?
For anything. For an appointment, for gigs.
I hate being late. I've been sitting in front of my phone for a good 20 minutes, just like, should I go in now? Should I go in now? Should I go in now for this interview?
Yeah, I like you already because I'm a very my pet peeve would be people who are late.
Yeah, it's like I show up to the gig for a show like an hour before the show, and the call time is usually not like for 15 to 30 minutes before the show.
Good for you. That shows, honestly, who said that on one of my episodes? They said it just shows a sign of respect.
Yeah, 100%. But also a big part of it is the show starts so late that if I leave right before the show, I will probably want to go to bed. So I need to go out earlier. Okay,
describe a romantic date. We're almost done. Describe a romantic date.
Describe a romantic date. A horror movie.
What would you do?
A horror movie and a casserole.
That's all the things that you love. Why not?
Yeah. Well, and also like making me laugh. Like, I think the most romantic thing ever is someone who can make me laugh.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And describe an ideal way to spend a weekend. You've got nothing to do the weekend. What would you do?
I would love to be away in a cabin with no Wi-Fi or service, by a lake with it, I grew up in the Kootenays. I'm an outdoors person. I love to be camping outdoors in the wilderness, just surviving.
And there you have it, folks. A drag queen walking around the forest.
Literally walking children in nature.
Well, thank you so much for your time. This was totally entertaining for me.
Oh, good. It was honestly my pleasure. Any chance I get to, talk to someone about, any chance I get to talk about me, I'm always willing.
Obviously, you're proud of your career, your drag, and I'm wishing you the best. Any last words to the community?
Make sure to catch me and my season 2 sisters on tour in June, going across Canada.
You are doing it? Oh, cool.
We are doing it. You know,
Okay.
I mean, obviously if restrictions let up a little bit, but
Oh, cool.
you know, we're coming to a city near you. I'm so excited to meet everyone. But yeah, just watch out for me on my social medias. I'm going to be doing some amazing things this year, and I'm so excited to, you know, share Beth with the world.
That's beautiful. And everyone who might be in the industry, put Beth on TV.
Put me on TV. I want to come back.
Put her on more shows already. All right. Well, thank you for your time, everyone. Thank you for watching, and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/join us on the couch. And thank you for being such an awesome audience. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.